The Black Clover anime should end after the first phase of the Spade Kingdom War arc. And here's why. The first reason is because, personally, I don't think it would be good for the anime to have the amount of filler it's going to end up having by the time this arc ends. And the second reason, more people will read the manga if the anime ends. Now, for those first 2 points, we all know what happens with long-running shonen that end up getting their anime adaptation. They oftentimes end up getting a whole bunch of filler, and many times this filler can, in cases like Bleach or Naruto, comprise of almost half of the anime adaptation. Personally, I believe we are better off not having that filler in the anime. There's a lot of good stuff coming up that Tabata's written in the manga, and I personally feel like the filler is just going to get in the way of that and more of what's to come. I understand that with Black Clover, it's in this weird spot where its manga isn't really doing that well, but its anime is, well, to start, I think Black Clover is TV Tokyo's #1 IP, and it's the most watched anime on Crunchyroll, and it's doing numbers right now on Netflix, and it just joined recently. So the anime adaptation of Black Clover is doing really good, but it's not having that Kimetsu no Yaiba effect where the anime is also making the manga sell more. And I understand that with Kimetsu no Yaiba, it's also a thing where the Japanese really, really, really like that manga, but the anime adaptation also made the manga do a little bit better. But Black Clover hasn't had that same luck. So I understand, but at the same time, I want people to read the manga more, and the manga is definitely a great telling of the story, as a way to put it. Hopefully, if we don't have the anime continue, people want their Black Clover fix, they'll go out and read the manga, or they'll go out and buy the manga, and I think at the end of the day, that would be great. And the second major point is the quality of the animation will be better. So when I say the Black Clover anime should end, I mean that it should go from being this year-round thing to being seasonal. And I think it's perfectly logical and reasonable to make that change. The reason why is because, to start with, Black Clover is like always there. But if we go seasonal, a couple of things will happen. One, with seasonal anime, you get seasonal hype. The second thing that happens with seasonal anime is they tend to be higher quality in their adaptations. When an anime studio is just making filler all the time for an anime, sometimes the quality isn't really that good, and it's not always easy to ramp up the quality for the canonical material. But most anime that are adapted on a seasonal basis tend to be really well animated. And with Black Clover, I'm not saying Studio Pierrot's done a bad job. I'm not saying that at all. There were times with the adaptation where I felt like it could have been a lot better. I think most Black Clover fans, people that read the manga and watch the anime, which I'm in that category, most of us can agree that the time where Asta first transformed into his anti-magic devil form, so to speak, around episode 60. I don't know I forgot what chapter that is in the manga, but that episode was not animated as well as it should have been. Like, I get, it felt like they were trying to they're trying to pull off the shenanigans that they pulled off with like Hiei in the Dark Tournament arc when he unleashed the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, but it just was not there. And it ended up looking just not that good. So that's just an example. That was when they were still doing canonical material, right? Because they ran through all the canonical material. I think personally this is what's best, and also if Tabata, what he said is true, and that he wants this IP, if he wants a Black Clover to be as long as Naruto, or anywhere near that ballpark, then we're only approximately halfway done. That's the best case. Worst case, we're not even halfway done, which it's not bad in either case, right? It's just as far as estimates are concerned for how long we have remaining. That means if they want to keep making Black Clover a yearly anime, at most we're going to end up getting like an average year, like 13 episodes, anyway. Like, if you average the number of canonical episodes from this point onward per year until it inevitably finishes, it might average out to like anywhere between 13 and 20. So we might as well turn it into a seasonal anime. That's just my opinion. I love Black Clover, regardless of the decision they'll make. At the end of the day, if they decide to go the Bleach route and have 50 episode filler arcs right in the middle of an arc, like, that's my biggest fear. Because we have to remember, guys, like with Bleach, there were literally filler arcs in the middle of the Hueco Mundo Espada arc. Like right in the middle. Like when Ichigo was going to fight Ukiura. Like right as he was going to. Literally filler arc. Like, that is my biggest fear. I don't want Black Clover to go through this. I understand that at the end of the day, whenever the anime's finished, especially now with streaming services, you can just watch the anime, pick up an episode guide, skip the filler, and go about your day. But personally, I would just not want to see that. But at the end of the day, that's not nearly... I don't have any influence over it. All I can do is talk about it. So, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this content where I talk about anime and manga, leave a like or comment down below. The feedback helps me know what type of content you guys like. I'm experimenting with new stuff, so if this works, then this works. I do actually like talking about this stuff. It's interesting, and since quarantine started, I've gotten a bit more into anime and manga. I've always watched anime since I was a kid, and I've read manga since, since I was like 10 or 11, actually. With quarantine, I've gotten a whole lot more into it. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.